Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. Residents and municipalities are still occupied with snow clearing in central Saskatchewan. Environment Canada says Wednesday's snowfall added about 3 centimeters to the Prince Albert area, but the snowpack is still a full 43 centimeters. The city of Prince Albert does not have a final tally on snow clearing costs this winter. In a statement, the city says it's not able to share a specific amount at this stage, but that the budget is managed with a reserve for additional funds if needed. Back in November, the annual operating budget for snow management was approved at about $1.5 million.
That the low pressure systems that give the snow has been taking the path has been the same almost the whole winter. So it's sort of come over central Saskatchewan so many times.
Snowfall was higher north of the city, with about 20 centimeters reported in the Emma Lake area. All right, Jeff, the topic on everybody's minds. Let's jump right into it. What's going on in the skies?
Well, you know, goodness knows, last night in Prince Albert, it started off as rain, and then about 4 in the morning, it changed to snow, and then we had some light freezing rain. It's been a real mess. Now, we had a bit of a break mid-afternoon, but then we're back into the snow, and that's where we are right now. And we anticipate, again, the models don't have a great deal of consensus, but as this system lingers, or a secondary system comes in, we are anticipating at least I'm going to say at least 5 centimeters of snow, and all is said and done by tomorrow, and it could be more depending on the local area. But really, it's just another snowy, messy sign of the Ides of April. There we go.
RCMP in Prince Albert are asking the public to report sightings of Matthew Barker. 35-year-old Matthew Barker is wanted by Nipawin RCMP for charges including careless use of a firearm and possession of a firearm while prohibited. He's described as 5'11", 250 pounds with brown hair and eyes, with numerous tattoos on his forearms and neck. RCMP say he's known to travel around Nipawin, Carrot River, and Winnipeg. It's believed Barker is armed and dangerous. Do not approach him if you see him. Report any sightings to police, RCMP, or Crime Stoppers. A Saskatchewan legal analyst wonders if changes to national law will prevent more trials from being thrown out if they take too long. Last week, the Saskatchewan Court of Appeals upheld a ruling that Taylor Kennedy's impaired driving trial won't restart. Kennedy was arrested after striking and killing 9-year-old Bailey Maurice at a crosswalk in September 2021. Kennedy being the first person in Canada charged with THC-impaired driving causing death after telling officers that at the scene that she vaped marijuana and microdosed magic mushrooms the night before. Due to lengthy delays because of COVID, Charter of Rights arguments, and lawyer availability, the charges were stayed nearly 30 months after Kennedy was charged. The Supreme Court lays out 18 months as a reasonable time frame, but a local scholar says a case going before the Supreme Court may look at alternatives.
No one wants to have the state charging them with an offense for 2 years. But is that a good enough reason to say we're going to just dismiss the charge? In many cases, I think that's overkill.
The Public Prosecution's Office says it's reviewing the case to see if it will appeal to the Supreme Court. It must do so by mid-June. Canadians are hoping for relief at the pumps as the federal government moves to temporarily cut fuel taxes. But not everyone in Saskatchewan is celebrating the decision. The federal gas tax reduction is expected to lower gas prices by about 10 cents per litre through the summer. Drivers like the savings, especially with daily commutes adding up. Premier Moe applauds the federal government's move to help Canadians, but he wouldn't comment on eliminating the provincial gas tax. He says his government is always looking to do more on affordability.
I think anything that lowers the price of gas would definitely help. I mean, my vehicle went from about $130 or $120 up to, I think it was $183 the other day.
I think we need actually more than gas prices reduced, to be honest, but that will help.
Doesn't impact me very much. I drive an electric vehicle.
Analysts say the tax break may offer short-term relief, but global oil prices will still drive costs. The Saskatoon Fire Department says it has responded to 195 overdose calls in the past 2 weeks. That spike prompted a Ministry of Health alert on Monday, warning of a higher risk of overdose in Saskatoon. The ministry says it doesn't know what substance is causing them. In the past, the province sometimes shared descriptions and images of drugs using information from a drug checking machine operated by Prairie Harm Reduction. That service was lost when the site closed. This chief operations officer at the Saskatoon Community Clinic says that information was critical, and without it, responders don't know what they're dealing with or whether naloxone will work, since it's only effective for opioid overdoses.
Right now, with these overdose responses, we're flying blind when we're doing a response. We don't know what folks have taken. We don't know what the unexpected substance is, so we don't know how to counteract that quickly.
The ministry says no decision has been made on a new location for drug checking. It adds other services, including take-home strips, are still available through Saskatoon Public Health on Idlewild Drive North and the Saskatoon Tribal Council Health Centre on 20th Street West. The ministry also says there's no data at this time linking the recent spike in overdoses to the closure of Prairie Harm Reduction. Nearly 3,000 people representing the province's mining industry are gathered in Saskatoon for the Saskatchewan Mining and Supply Chain Forum, and it marks an all-time attendance record for the event. 2026 marks the 18th year of the event in Saskatchewan. In addition to a series of guest speakers, more than 380 vendors were represented at the accompanying trade show.
We have more mining investment in Saskatchewan. It's going to be close to $7 billion than this year, than Ontario, than Quebec, than BC. So Saskatchewan is where it's at for mining right now. And that's another reason that we've seen the success of this event.
Before the two-day event wraps up, Premier Moe is expected to give the keynote address in the morning. The annual SUMA convention has now come to a close. More than half of Saskatchewan residents now live in large urban centres, and services in those communities are coming under further strain.
There should be some type of input of money to help us with doing that from those who prosper from that entity or other entities like that or other assets like that that serve both Regina community and the outliers.
The province says it's not leaving rural communities in the dust and will not force any community into amalgamation with another town or surrounding RM. But the province would support a transition for any community who does not see traditional urban governance structure as sustainable. Small towns are faced with financial constraints, and provincial and federal dollars are allocated mostly to larger centres.
Big cities received $14 million for infrastructure projects that they're doing. That helps build them. Yay on them. What is the plans for communities between 100 and 5,000?
While forced amalgamation is off the table, the government says it's constantly searching for ways to improve cooperation. After the break, sharing a coffee with the people keeping your community safe. Jasmine Pelche finds out about coffee with a cop.
We are at the Prince Albert Police Service with Deputy Chief Erica Prince to talk about the upcoming Coffee with a Cop initiative that's going on. So just to get started off nice and simple, when and where is it?
Right, so May 4th, 5th, and 11th at our 3 different McDonald's locations here in Prince Albert, we're going to be asking our community to come have a coffee with us and really asking them to sit down with us, have a conversation, let us know how things are going in the community, what they'd like to see different, or what they'd like to see us focused on moving forward. But we're really just looking forward to sitting down and hearing from our community. We're giving 3 different opportunities, 3 different dates, 3 different locations for our community to come and spend some time with us and give us some feedback. So.
Where did the idea to start this initiative come from?
Right, so you look around nationally and even internationally, Coffee with a Cop is something that organizations have been doing. However, there is new energy in Prince Albert with a new McDonald's opening up actually just down the street from us. And our friends at the Chamber came to us with the idea, with the invitation, and we're all over it. We appreciate the invitation to get involved or participate in events that typically we don't lead the initiatives on. So we're really excited for this one.
For Coffee with a Cop, what are you hoping to hear in terms of feedback? Like, on what topics are you wanting to discuss with the public?
Right. So we're really hoping to create a relaxing environment that we can have some informal discussions about, what people are feeling in terms of public safety in Prince Albert, what they're experiencing. We want to discuss our priorities and our goals moving forward. Right now, we're in the final year of a strategic plan that was launched in 2024. And so we're revisiting, the goals that we had in 22 and 23 that informed the strategic plan. We're revisiting those goals, the outcomes, and we're really evaluating what our future looks like right now, what we need to be focused on, and how do we accomplish the desired outcomes. And so we need help with that. We need help with ideas. We need help with identifying issues that maybe aren't on our radar right now. It's easy for us to get caught up in crime trends and data analytics. And those are all very important when we look at addressing public safety. However, it's also really important for us to hear what the community feels when they're moving around Prince Albert. What makes people feel unsafe? Done a call out to our community stakeholders in terms of a survey, looking for exactly the same thing. We're looking for feedback. Internally, we are consulting our frontline and our specialized teams, asking them, what are the issues that maybe aren't on our radar right now that should be? And what are the solutions?
Is there anything else that it's important to get across while I have you here?
I think it's important for us to recognize that all the members of the Prince Albert Police Service are members of the community, and you see us in rinks and you see us at community events, and I know there's lots of conversations that happen in the community informally about what's happening with public safety in Prince Albert, and this is an opportunity for community members to provide that feedback in a little bit of a more official capacity, and so we do encourage people to come out, grab a coffee, and have a conversation with us.
Hey, great. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Jeff's got the weather forecast. That's coming after the break. And later, doctors weigh the dangers of cancer treatment against the benefits. All right, Jeff, the good news is those snowbanks that were starting to get gravelly and a little mucky, they're nice and white again.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. What do we got coming in the next few days?
Well, we aren't going to be seeing a lot of that pristine snow melt away, I'm afraid to say. We are still going to be dealing with cooler than seasonal temperatures. And then, so we've had, it's an interesting mix. I mentioned this off the top of the program, John. We've had ourselves a bit of a break, but then the snow returned. And the snow is going to hang around, and then it's going to stop for a little bit. And then tomorrow evening, or maybe late tomorrow afternoon, the timing is tricky, but we still are not done with the snow, at least in the next 24 hours. Eventually, as we head towards Friday and then into the weekend, yeah, we're done with the snow. That's what I'm saying today. But this is what we've got going on right now. Low pressure area that continues to track eastward, and along with it, this is the snow that we've been so readily enjoying. As you can see, we have a low that's sort of anchored down in the Dakotas, Montana, and sliding across. But on the edge of that system, you can see all that moisture coming up from the States in the form of rain and snow, but mostly snow for Saskatchewan, for most of Saskatchewan. That certainly includes Prince Albert and area. So we'll keep our eye on all of that. So here's what's going on tonight. Minus 13 degrees under cloudy skies in Spiritwood, minus 11 in the Battlefords, minus 13 as well in Candle Lake and Birch Hills, Nipawin and Melfort. Rostern dropping down to minus 12 overnight, and most places just dealing with cloudy conditions. Maybe there's a flurry or two, but for the most part, it's just clouds. Cloudy conditions tomorrow for Spiritwood, minus 4 degrees, minus 6 in the Battlefords. They could see 5 to 10 centimeters of snow in the Battlefords region. Rostern, cloudy and minus 5, maybe up to 5 centimeters of snow in Birch Hills, minus 6 degrees. A similar situation for Melfort. Melfort's daytime high, minus 7, so way below seasonal, quite frankly. Minus 4 degrees in Candle Lake, cloudy skies and cloudy, and minus 6 in Nipawin. On to the Gateway City and area. So tonight, a slight chance of flurries, minus 12 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 20. And then tomorrow, it's like, oh, it's just cloudy. Well, it looks like it's going to be cloudy, but there's going to be some evening snow showing up. And then we've got ourselves winds out of the northeast 20. It's kind of crushed in there. I'm going to have to fix that graphic. But minus 4 for a daytime high. So that's about 14 degrees below seasonal. So, yeah, it's colder than it should be or would typically be. But then this slow march upward in terms of temperatures. We've got ourselves 1 degree on Friday, 4 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday, but then, a big jump, 11 on Monday, 14 on Tuesday, and 12 on Wednesday. So getting into the double digits starting at the beginning of next week. And it looks like Monday and Tuesday will be melty days because of all that sunshine as well.
And now this kind of feels like you're at the airport. The plane arrived early because we thought the snow was going to come early on Wednesday. And then before you know it, there's a delay and you're sitting on the tarmac for 4 hours. So
don't you just hate that?
Exactly. Yeah. We definitely do. Well, Jeff, another solid outing from Mikhail Orszalak as well as Braden Coots as the Raiders faced off in Saskatoon last night.
Glove down by Barrett. Plays it ahead to the Blades line. Sarkin off for Coots. Ducks in a shot. He scores! Braden Coots.
That was his first of 2 goals in the game, sandwiched between Brandon Gorzinski's game winner and Evan Smith's empty net goal that made it 4-0. Meanwhile, the Blades have now gone a full 2 games without a goal. In just his 8th playoff game, Mikhail Orszalak getting his 3rd postseason shutout with 23 saves. 3 playoff series, could end tonight as Prince Albert, Medicine Hat, and Everett have 3-0 leads. Game 4 goes at 7 o'clock tonight from Sask Health Center.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
For many cancer patients, the treatment itself can be life-threatening, and that's particularly true for any issues impacting the heart. Pauline Chan explains.
Morning, Joy.
It was 4 years ago that Joy Boudreau was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
I had 8 rounds of chemotherapy, 2 different types of chemotherapy, so 4 rounds of one type and 4 rounds of another. And I was recommended for this clinic because the first 4 that I had could cause irreparable damage.
Certain patients are at higher risk depending on the type of cancer therapy that they're getting, depending on their age, and depending on their other medical problems. Diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure all put you at higher risk.
Joy was referred to the Cardio-oncology clinic at Scarborough Health Network. The vast majority of patients seen here have breast cancer, but lymphoma, lung, and prostate cancer patients are not uncommon.
And then the second population is the population with previous cardiac risk factors that are undergoing cancer treatment.
Oncologist Dr. Paul Lau says doctors may have to weigh the dangers of cancer treatment against the benefits.
Oncologists may be reluctant to continue a patient's treatment past heart damage. And it is very important for us to have expertise in the cardiology realm to say, look, I think we can continue.
And it's not just the chemotherapy. Radiation in the chest area can also raise heart risks. Patients are seen by the clinic even before they begin treatment, and those who are deemed low risk don't have to come here, but they are closely monitored by their oncologist.
We do a lot of education around their risk factors. We do a lot of education around exercise, because control of these risk factors and promoting exercise in this patient population has been shown to reduce the risk of complications from cancer therapy, especially cardiotoxicity.
I have since finished a lot of my treatments. I just have one medication that I have to take for 10 years, but I am living my best life.
It's a multidisciplinary approach, including pharmacists, nurses, dietitians, and more, that has helped Boudreau and thousands of others through a complicated medical journey. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, it's going to sound real funny thinking about driving with the top down in this kind of weather, but Rolls-Royce has unveiled what's being called an ultra-luxury EV.
As you can see behind me, this car is of vast proportions, and that is purposeful. It harks back to those 1920s where we had significant motor cars with presence on the road.
As he's saying that, all I wanted to say is it's a boat. Hey, those are what they used to say, Jeff. You remember that? Well,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this car is being called Project Nightingale. Only 100 are going to be made, which makes it not only ultra luxurious, but also ultra exclusive. So at this point, they're not sharing how much this two-seater convertible will cost, but you can probably guess it'll be a lot. And so let's just play a game here, Jeff. Do you think it's going to be over or under $1.25 million?
I'm going to go over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Rolls-Royce. They know they can, and especially if they're making in limited quantities. But I will say, I really, when they showed the front of the car, not that crazy about it. But I will say the lines, when they showed you the profile, really nice lines on that car. And there you go. It's like, and it comes with Grey Poupon.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. That's is that the was it Wayne's World, that joke?
No, no, it's a commercial.
Is that a commercial?
I'll send you the commercial. It was a classic commercial.
Okay. Well, I was trying
two rich guys driving by, and they stop and they roll down. Excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah, I do remember the commercial. I always pictured that to be a Wayne's World. And actually, it's funny thinking about yesterday and getting thinking that the snow was going to arrive a little bit early. I wanted to reference the Wayne's World line where he's talking to Jim Morrison about getting your homework done early on Friday so you can party on Saturday and Sunday. And Jim Morrison, the rock star, doesn't have anything to say back to him. There you go.
There you go. Exactly right.
So
I have nothing to say back to you. Oh, I guess I already did.
Oh, you already did. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. That was pretty fun, wasn't it, Jeff?
It was.
National news is coming right up.